I should probably stop colouring in.
You probably should stop colouring in since we're starting the podcast. And on that note, hello everybody, and welcome to episode, what did we say it was? 24 of the Grumpy Gaming Weekend podcast on something of something 2019.
On the 2nd of November.
Maybe, if I get it uploaded that quick. Possibly. It's been a little while, hasn't it? We've not done a podcast for a couple of weeks, because we were at EGX, so maybe we missed the week before we went. And then we missed the week while we were there. No, we missed the week while we were there, and then we missed the week when we got back because we were both tired and I had to work. But we're here now, and we are joined by Snoopy again.
I'm going to go with this way.
They're always in the same place, Elliott. They're always below you, like every single week. Good job, finally. Snoopy's been here before. You've been on the podcast. This is your second time. You are the second recurring guest. You came back. I don't know why guests seem to want to come back. I thought I scared you off the first time.
No.
They love it.
Fun here. I mean, we can have an open, honest discussion without being complete idiots.
Wait,
we're not being idiots?
I was going to say, let's not judge too early. Have you watched the latest few episodes of the podcast?
Not the latest two.
There we go. Wow, called out. She doesn't watch the podcast. But no, that's fine. So, Snoopy, we're going to launch straight into what games we've been playing this week. And you've been playing a game that I haven't played. So why don't you tell us about that? In fact, should we intro you again? Should we tell people who you are? Because they may have not seen you on the first episode that you were in. So why don't you tell people who you are and what you do?
My name is Snoopy. I am a streamer on Twitch. I'm currently offline because I have some problems setting up my setup after I got my account back. Finally, after tons of months of waiting, Twitch came back to me and were like, we're going to help you.
Yeah, because you got locked out of your account, didn't you? Yeah, and then you emailed them and they took how long? 2 months to just reply?
No, they didn't even reply. I sent the first mail to them in April. And they contacted me in August.
That's crazy because you are somebody who streams as well. So it's not like you're, just a viewer who could make a new account. You've got followers and things. Yeah. It's crazy that they took so long to get back to you. But when you do stream, what kind of stuff do you do? What games do you like to play?
Loads of games. I play everything from Sims to Batman Arkham series to currently I've been playing Ni no Kuni. Off stream, of course. I want to enjoy it off stream before I go online, because then I can be like, instead of having people always telling me what to do, I can just figure it out.
Yeah, we've talked about this before on the podcast. It's one of the risks of streaming, isn't it? If you're playing a game for the first time, you get a lot of people being like, hey bro, have you tried doing it this way? Like, I've actually played the game 12 times today, so why don't you do it the way I do it?
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about Ni no Kuni. What kind of game is it? I've seen it. I've never played it myself. What kind of game is it about? Is it a JRPG?
It's kinda, but it's not at the same time.
Elliott's just he's trying to get more gifts. He's trying to get gifts for his alerts, I can tell. He's just making funny faces.
No. I stole one gift from the podcast. I used it for a pinned tweet, and it was amazing. Leave me alone.
He's trying to get more tweets. Sorry, continue, Snoopy.
It's okay. It's a game with Studio Ghibli, has worked on it, and I think it's a special orchestra in Tokyo that also has been working with the music. It's gorgeous. It's wonderful. It's Studio Ghibli story. You play Oliver, who is a little boy. I would 11-ish years old. He just he didn't find this toy. He got this toy from his mother, and this toy turns into an elf or a lord, and his name is Mr. Drippy. He's Irish. Hilarious too.
It's starting to sound a little bit like a stereotype, but continue.
yeah, but it's not stereotype when you play it.
Okay.
And Oliver has to go to this other world to save his mother, because his mother is in danger, and it's okay. For those of you who haven't played it, this is a spoiler. Now you are warned. Now you are.
I haven't played it. Shall I close my ears? That's not going to work, is it?
Yeah,
we both tried to do the same thing. It's fine. Go on. Spoil the whole game.
No, it's not the whole game. Oliver's mother dies, within the first 10 minutes of the game. She dies.
F's in chat.
Yeah, F's in chat.
Can we get
F's in the
points?
comments. F's in the comments.
Yeah. Oh, so we're not live streaming. I say it like that, like I live stream anymore. F's in the comments, guys. For
I say it
Yeah.
in real life. In real life, I'm just like,
Yeah.
oof, an F's in that boy.
Yeah, but then Oliver, he finds comfort in this toy or stuffed animal, and this stuffed animal turns into Mr. Drippy. Mr. Drippy tells him, but your mom is still alive in the other world. We just have to go there. How do we go there? Oh, with magic. And then you go to this other world, and then your mission is to save your mom.
So
And-
that does sound
I thought
very
that was gonna be
Studio
very-
Ghibli. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. As somebody who has only seen half of them, I've bought My Neighbor Totoro and I still haven't watched it yet. But I really enjoy Studio Ghibli films, so maybe I would enjoy this game. I should probably give it a. Isn't like the second one out? Isn't there a sequel?
There is
Mine-
the sequel, yeah.
Okay.
Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. Show and tell again. I have
Show
this
and tell.
one.
Oh,
here.
nice. I wish I could zoom in a little bit. Like, we zoom in to the what is it?
It plays music.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Oh.
And then it also turns this
Are we about
thing
to get
around.
copyright claimed? Is that going to happen?
Probably.
I
appear
don't
in
know.
the
I don't
game?
think so.
Well,
It's a game.
I got a
Find out
copyright
soon.
strike from Capcom from
Yeah.
one of like the well-old podcast videos. I found it this morning. Anyway,
Mm,
that sounds like a cool game.
yeah. It is. I
to
love
be,
it.
To be
and
fair, I have seen it before, and it's one of those games where I'm like, I'd probably enjoy that if I had any time to play video games at all, ever. So, Elliot, what have you been playing? You've been playing some stuff. You just had a birthday stream, didn't you?
It was my birthday.
Can we have some happy birthdays in the comments as well? please?
My birthday stream was pure anarchy. We bought a ton of snacks. We bought a ton of beers. We did a sofa stream in the living room. Had some friends over. Someone in chat when I was talking about doing a birthday stream was like, "Why don't you play Doki Doki? It's free. It's scary because it's Halloween." And trying to get a sofa full of drunk, like 20-something-year-old men interested in Doki Doki is way more difficult than you'd think.
Especially at the beginning of that game, because the beginning of that game is basically just an anime dating simulator. But how did you find the game? Did you get through it? Did you finish
Well,
it?
we played like a little bit of it, and then we just switched to Twitch things, and we did
So,
a big
Did you
sofa full
get
of Twitch
to
things.
any of the horror?
No,
No.
so basically it was a load of like young men just going, "Stop talking, where's the horror?" and just
Yeah.
ignoring everything. And we wrote a poem.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was an excessive amount of like, okay, so like which one of the girls would you marry, kill, or copulate?
Yeah.
And we played that game for a bit. It was fine, and
So I really enjoyed Doki Doki as a horror game, but my one big criticism, and I streamed it twice, my one big criticism of Doki Doki is that the beginning part of the game takes far too long. If you're somebody who loves anime dating sims, you're going to be fine with it. If you're somebody like me who has I could not give any less of a crap about anime dating sims, you're going to find the start of that game like really slow. However, after you get past that point, it is a very, very good horror game, and it's free. So what else did you do? You play some Twitch things as a group?
I played some Twitch things as a group. Darren then raided, and it was a lot of just like kind of nonsensey kind of, because at the start of it we were just doing chatting, and we were like messing around and yelling at each other. And then we played a game called Brunch Club, which a friend of mine actually is one of the developers on. It's a
Was
couch co-op.
Was that the one where you had bacon and stuff in a pan and it was all jumping around
Yeah.
everywhere? Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't know this because it's a couch co-op game, but apparently it's designed to be very frustrating, and you have to really work as a team
It
to
looked
make it.
frustrating.
So if any ingredients or like any of the items you can possess fall onto the floor, you lose.
Oh wow. Just
And
any
it
of
can
them at all?
it can be very difficult to manage that, because there's a lot of things like one of the first levels, you have to make toast. You have to make 6 slices of toast and butter them. That's
Sounds
all you
easy.
have to do. So you take control of the bread and you like flip-flop the bread over to the toaster, and you get into the slot. If you only have 1 slice of bread in the toaster, or if someone hits the toaster button,
I'm going to put some gameplay of this up because I feel like we need to see it. We need to visualize it.
Yeah.
Continue.
it's very visually, like, it looks fantastic. But yeah, so if the toaster goes off with less than 2 slices of bread in it, it explodes and everything just pops into the air and stuff. Like, it's there was a lot of yelling at each other, and my friend Matt got told that he's rubbish at video games quite a lot.
So, on the topic of being rubbish at video games, I'm actually going to leave the scene on so we can actually see some stuff. We did EGX, didn't we? If you haven't seen any of those videos, I'm going to leave a little, and I know we said this during EGX, but I'm actually going to do it this time. I'm going to leave a little card up there. Go click on it. Go check out some of the content, because we covered our first ever gaming convention as a group,
a team,
a squad,
a company.
Well, we're not a company yet, not officially, but as a team. Sure, let's go for it with a team GGWP, whatever. But yeah, it was my first time ever covering a gaming convention as a YouTuber. It was, I'm pretty sure, your first gaming convention as a making content. Anyway,
content creator.
I was going to say, well, it's not your first event as a streamer. You've been to Twitch London and things, but it's your first. I think it's pretty sure it's your first event making content.
It was my first event where I went to make content.
Yeah, exactly. So we both did that from Wednesday night we got there till Monday.
Yes.
And holy crap, what an experience that was. If you haven't seen any of the videos, there is a daily recap of every single day, and there's also a recap of the Transfuser event, which was an indie game competition, which I had some of the facts wrong. I got corrected, but there was a Transfuser was a competition run by the UK government, and the winner gets funded, but it's not whoever we vote. We just are part of it, so we get to choose our favorite game, and then the actual event chooses the winner. But yeah, either way, the winner gets funded. So we did a video on that. We had another few videos planned, but I didn't get really time to edit them. But yeah, it was fantastic. I had such a great time. I'm pretty sure you did as well. We were there with Turtle Mode, JP. You were there. Sammysaurus Rex was there. Yeah, I was getting there. You were there. Sammy was there. We met some people there as well. We met Bammy Leaf, another streamer, while we were there. But it was great. It was fantastic. It was a big learning experience for me though, and it's something that it's kind of ruined my content streak at the moment, because now I'm like, I want to do more of that. I want to do more of those kind of things, and not just sit in my bedroom playing Dead by Daylight all day. But there we go. That is that. But yeah, I mean, pretty much everything we want to talk about EGX has been said already in those videos. But if you haven't watched any of those videos, there's a quick recap. Final Fantasy VII was there. That played really well. We both enjoyed that. There was Doom Eternal there. Looked really good. We played that. Enjoyed that. Witcher 3. Cyberpunk was there, but it was gameplay, a
cinematic experience.
Well, it was supposed to be live gameplay, but I don't believe it for a second. Although it looked really good. So there was a lot of big games there. There was a lot of indie games there. A lot that you'll probably never even hear of unless you've watched the Transfuse video. A lot of cosplayers. It was a really good time. And again, all of that content is there. If you want to watch it, go back and check the channel out. We'll be doing it next year for sure. So if you did like that content, which looking at the numbers on the videos, people clearly wanted to watch it. So we will be doing that again next year. Hopefully by then we'll have 2 cameras, so Elliott can do some of the work, and we'll have a little bit more experience behind us as well. But that was...
Hopefully next year I'll join.
Well, Snoopy, get there. Hopefully everybody can join next year.
Snoopy
That'd be great.
over too. We'll do a meetup next year.
Yeah.
We'll be that famous. We'll do a meetup at EGX.
Yeah. If we've
That would
blown
be
up,
awesome.
if we've blown up by then, we'll do a meeting.
Yeah, no. I was going to a convention that actually is in Norway. It started today. It goes to Sunday, but money.
Yeah,
Money.
I like money.
Money.
If anyone wants to sponsor the podcast and give us $12 million, that'd be great. Thanks.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would
If
definitely
someone
get
does that by the time this after this one comes out, you guys owe me. I'm a part of that GG.
I want to join. I want to join now. You have
here
money. Yeah, we'll give every person who's guest starred, we'll pay them minimum wage. But no, I had a great time, EGX. I would love to do more gaming conventions, and I'm thinking about making a video, like a vlogging series or something like that, because I've kind of realized, as much as I love video games and as much as I want to talk about video games, I want to do other stuff, like I want to talk about things and have discussions and make videos that aren't necessarily just me sat there playing a game. And I know at the moment YouTube's really struggling with Let's Plays. Like, Let's Plays are just not doing well on YouTube. And I honestly think that's because people are like, well, why would I sit and watch a Let's Play when I could go to Twitch and watch some live content? But at the same time, I really enjoyed the creative side of EGX and just going out with a camera and being out and about and you know, that kind of thing. Like, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to doing something like that again. Money and time permitting, of course. But yeah, let me know if you like that content, and we're going to try and make some more of that kind of stuff. So, EGX is over, and a new convention has just started.
Grumpy's favorite convention has started.
Do you know what? We're gonna talk about this. It's funny you say that, right? We're gonna talk about this because BlizzCon has just started, and anybody who's a regular of any of my content knows at the moment I cannot stand that goddamn company. But it's interesting because I, for a long time, would have loved to have gone to BlizzCon. I've never been to one. I've never been to a BlizzCon in my life, and a few years ago I would have jumped at the chance to have gone to BlizzCon. And now I sit here thinking to myself, like, I don't want to. Like, I have no interest in going to BlizzCon because the whole time I'm just going to be there. Like, the only reason I would go to BlizzCon is to make content, and I'm not going to lie, the kind of content I would make at BlizzCon, I'd probably get chucked out of BlizzCon. So, yeah, it's on right now, and yeah, if you're there, I mean, I hope you have a great time. I genuinely do. If anyone who's going, I hope you have a great time. I hope it's fantastic, but don't hold your breath. So, BlizzCon, a lot of people are saying that Diablo 4 is there. There is more speculation and rumors. There was a leak not long ago, was there, in a German magazine, I believe. There was a German magazine who leaked a artwork. It was an artwork book, which said apparently contains artwork from Diablo 3, Diablo Immortal, and Diablo 4. So while this is not concrete evidence, it does look quite likely that Diablo 4 is going to be at BlizzCon this year. I'm going to be honest, though, if it's not, we think the backlash was bad last year, it's going to be worse this year. But any of you guys, do you care about Diablo 4 anymore? Is it something that you're remotely bothered about?
If it had come out about 3 years ago, yeah, because I was still playing Diablo 3 like a couple years ago, and we did all the seasons. I had a little group of friends who all play a lot of Diablo. Every season we would roll a character each, and we'd like race to the max level. We would race to see who can get highest rifts.
Sure.
It's just kind of a bit dead for me now. Like, it's been, I mean, when did Diablo 3 cut? Like, even the last expansion, when did it cut? Who knows?
Feels like forever ago, honestly. Like, I'm sure it's before I went to uni, and that was a long time ago. What about you, Snoopy? Do you play Blizzard games at all?
No. I play Blizzard games. Like, I play Destiny and I play Overwatch, but that's about it. Like,
well, let's be fair,
Blizzard...
Destiny's not really Blizzard anymore, but it was.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's still Blizzard Activision, like, owned by them.
Well, yeah, but it was developed by Bungie, and Bungie have taken the rights back, so it's technically not anymore. In fact, it's been has it not been removed from the Blizzard launcher?
It is no longer on the Blizzard launcher. It's switched over to Steam.
Yeah. So there you go. It is. I mean, I've said this before. I really hope Bungie go back to making good games. Maybe now they are, out the shackles of Activision. But yeah, like I used to be a massive fan of every Blizzard game. Like, I used to play Warcraft. I used to play... The only one I didn't really play was StarCraft. But I used to play Warcraft. I used to love that. I was massively hyped when Diablo 3 came out. I was massively hyped when Overwatch came out. And I was massively hyped when Hearthstone came out. Oh, and HOTS as well. Heroes of the Storm. I was massively hyped for all of those games. And slowly but surely, I just don't care about them anymore. And I think I'm with you, Elliott. If that game had come out a couple of years ago, I probably still would have given it a go. But now I'm just like... especially knowing that company clearly wanted to make Diablo Immortal more than they wanted to make Diablo 4, and seeing how that company treats its fans, its staff, and its esport players, I'm just like, I don't think I'm going to bother even buying it, honestly. I mean, maybe if it looks amazing, we'll see, but
I mean, even if you take just games on, like, the game and how it's been built, like, I was super into Overwatch. When Overwatch came out, I played in the open beta. I pre-ordered to play in the closed beta. And then, like, the game came out. I really enjoyed it. Played it with friends. It was fantastic. And then they came up with Overwatch League. And then they started tweaking the meta to make Overwatch League more interesting. Yeah. And now low-skill games are just broken. And they have been for a long time. And the way they tried to fix it was with this, with the role queuing.
Yeah.
And it's just like at the point where they literally broke their game for people of my skill level, because I'm not a pro player. You've seen me play games. I'm not amazing.
That's what I was getting at EGX, by the way, because you were not great at a lot of these games. You beat Sekiro, but then you can't play.
I beat Sekiro in pure perseverance. I said this on the stream the other day. But like Overwatch basically dug its own grave. And then Hearthstone, really enjoyed Hearthstone.
Can I just point out, it's Hearthstone, right? It's like by the hearth.
Hearth. It's a hearth.
No, it's a hearth.
It's a hearth.
A hearth is like the fireplace, right? It's around the
Yeah,
fireplace,
a
so you
hearth.
sit by the hearth.
Yeah.
I say Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
a heart.
Oh, Hearthstone.
Yeah.
But Snoopy,
that's
English
definitely
is not
not
your first language. We can forgive you. Elliot has no excuse.
Wait, I'm gonna Google it. How to pronounce hearth? Where? Yeah, that's wrong. According to Google, Google's wrong.
The whole of Google.
Wait, what about? Okay, Americans also say it the same way. I'm just dumb. I don't care. Anyway, Hearthstone.
I mean, I was trying to tell you politely.
Hearthstone, the minute that they brought in wild mode and made it so you could use seasonal cards, which they did so that they just had to spend less time balancing the game.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, we'll keep bringing out new cards because then you have to buy packs and you have to do this and you have to do that. And then they were like, yeah, it's cool. We'll just make it so that all the old cards that don't balance with the new cards are just obsolete.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, well, unless you're going to put... Because I was at a LAN and I actually went into a Hearthstone tournament and I was sat next to two semi-pro players. And they were just like, we're so glad that we're sponsored because otherwise you can't keep up with the packs coming out. Like, there's just no way to do it.
This was my issue. The time I quit Hearthstone, because I used to play Hearthstone every day. It was my morning game. I'd play like a round or two in the morning, do my dailies to get my gold, and then I'd maybe play it in the evening as well. I used to play it all the time. I used to really enjoy it. As an ex sort of Magic the Gathering player, it was great. And then it got to the point of where they increased the amount of seasons or whatever, the new packs you want to call them. What you call them? Expansions, I guess. The amount of expansions they're bringing out, they increased that. It got to the point where I just couldn't keep up. As a mainly free-to-play player, I felt pressured out of it. I felt forced out of the game because it was like, well, I was barely able to stay competitive as it is because the amount, the how quickly the meta shifts in that game. You might finally be able to make a deck and be competitive, and then boom, a new card comes out, and that's it. The meta shifted. So I just got to the point where I was like, well, do you know what then? If I can't like even win any games because I'm being destroyed by a guy who just dropped money on the game, I'm not going to play it anymore. So Hearthstone is one of those games where it got ruined by greed for me. And at the same time, Overwatch, a lot of people's complaints from Overwatch, I kind of agree with you, Elliot, come from the Overwatch League, because it seems like they're trying so desperately to push the esports. And I said this years ago with Overwatch. I said they seem so desperate to be trying to push the Overwatch League and make money from it that they seem to be developing the game around that rather than developing the game around being fun. And kind of ruined the enjoyment for that on me as well. And then you've got Diablo, which we saw they clearly put more emphasis into Diablo Immortal, which is a mobile game. Also kind of ruined my enjoyment for Diablo. So every which way you look at it, Blizzard are ruining my enjoyment for their games by their own corporate greed, which means that I am less likely to log into the Blizzard launcher. And in fact, I've just cancelled my WoW subscription, mainly because of how the company's being run and I don't want to support them anymore with any money, but also because I have little time to play games as it is, and I look at my games and go, you know what, I'd rather pick a game that I'm going to enjoy. And my enjoyment, this might sound petty to some people, right, but my enjoyment of Blizzard games overall is always dampened. Like, I can still enjoy Overwatch if I play with somebody, like on stream or off stream, whatever. I can still enjoy Overwatch, but my enjoyment of any Blizzard games is just dampened by the back of my mind going, this is Blizzard though, and they're a horrible company. They're run by horrible people. So...
Yeah. Fair, I have a confession then. I reset my computer in August to wipe it, get everything off it, get it clean, get it 100% new.
Yeah. And
then I forgot to download the Blizzard launcher, and it has not been downloaded ever since.
This is the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a really bad failing on Blizzard's part, because you should be like, you should
miss it.
Exactly.
Like,
when you get a new PC,
should why am I not having that on my computer? Why?
Exactly.
I should be able to play Overwatch. Why aren't I? But then I'm like, but Sims, but Ni no Kuni, but I got other things I rather want to play.
100%. And since we're going on to this topic, I mean, we're still talking about Overwatch 2 because that's being speculated, and I have opinions on that one. But it's like the Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds has come out, which, let's be honest, is basically what Fallout 76 should have been. It's not a Fallout game. It's been developed by Obsidian, who are the people that did Fallout New Vegas, which in my honest opinion was a much better game than Fallout 3, even though I enjoyed Fallout 3.
Do you mean Fallout 4? Fallout 3 was amazing.
No, I preferred New Vegas to 3. I thought New Vegas had a lot more to it. It had the survival mode. It had, in my opinion, a cooler story. Like, New Vegas was way better than 3. Anyway, my point is that they... Oh, and also it ran better. Like, physically, it was a better developed game. But anyway, they are the people that made Fallout New Vegas, and now that they are away from Bethesda, they are doing their own thing. Look at what they've made. I haven't played it yet, but everybody's saying that Outer Worlds is good. It runs well, it's developed well, and it is fun. And compare that to Fallout 76. Which game's going to be a more commercial success? Obviously, the Outer Worlds. And this is why I argue all the time at these companies. I'm not trying to say to these companies, we don't want you to make money. We want the Outer Worlds to make loads of money because it's a good game. It'll be the same thing with CD Projekt Red when Cyberpunk comes out. I know that's going to make them a ton of money, and probably rightly so. So why are these companies, like Blizzard, not like seeing that? Why are they not looking at these games that are being successes, looking at their own games that are failures and going, I wonder why? And not going what they're doing now and being like, oh, we'll have to throw more loot boxes in. Oh, hang on a minute, let's make it a live service or whatever. They really need to wake up and smell the potion and go like, yeah, we need to change our business strategy because this clearly isn't working. But going back to Blizzard, Overwatch 2 has been speculated.
Yeah.
It's not.
Was it leaked by the same guy? So the Diablo 4 thing was a leak, but it's from a guy that's leaked almost every BlizzCon. And he's been accurate every time.
So it's not confirmed yet, but people think that Overwatch 2 is going to be released, which will be very interesting because knowing Overwatch's business model being basically around loot boxes, you have to buy the game and then you're being, loot boxes are being thrown at you as well. And we know that the majority of the money comes from the loot boxes, not the game sales, which is an unfortunate reality. I wonder how they're going to monetize the second one because I can't, for the life of me, I know it's Blizzard, and I know I don't trust them, but I can't see them getting away with it again. Like, I can't see them getting away with Overwatch 2 having loot boxes, so it'll be really interesting to see where they go with it. I mean, do you think it's a right idea to go for Overwatch 2? Do you think that they should stick with Overwatch 1 and fix that, or do you think it's time for a sequel? I mean, it's been a long time since Overwatch came out.
It has been a long time, but, if it is broke, fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Overwatch, it's broke. It is. It's sad to say. I really enjoyed playing Overwatch. I was like, wow, we get free heroes to choose from. We don't have to buy them. We don't have to constantly play to earn enough in-game currency to play them like in League. League is a free game, but they have to earn something. So they're like, yeah, if you want skins, you have to buy coins to buy skins.
Yeah.
And since basically the entire game is free, and the more you play, the more you earn, and the more heroes you can play, it makes sense. But with Overwatch, it's like, you're going for a sequel, even though your game should, go all...
Yeah.
You should just throw your game in the washing machine and hope it fixes it.
I can see where you're coming from with this one, but it's interesting with Overwatch because when Overwatch first came out, I think it was fairly widely received as a very good game, and it seems to have sort of gotten worse over the years. And what a lot of people are saying, and this is a view that I share as well, is one of the reasons why Overwatch is not in a good spot at the moment is there are far too many crowd control abilities in that game. You're playing a first-person shooter, and everybody knows that in first-person shooters, you want to walk around and shoot, right? You want to run around, you want to shoot each other, you want to play tactically. There is nothing worse than being stun locked after stun locked after stun locked in a first person shooter. And it gets to this point of where, and we all know it, to be competitive, you need the crowd control. I'm trying to think of, it's been a while since I've played, but you need, your McCree
graviton
stuns
bombs.
You need your graviton bombs,
and your
all of
Bridget
that.
charges.
Your May freezes, all of that crap, right? You need all of that to be competitive, which means that everybody runs it, which means before you know it, you're spending more time sometimes stunned than you are actually able to play the game. And how do you fix that? Do you completely rework all your characters, or do you go with a fresh slate? And that's not the only problem with the game, by the way. This is just one of the problems with Overwatch in its current state. There are many problems with Overwatch in its current state. But at the same time, I feel like they've kind of, they've had this game out for a long, long time, and I feel like a sequel could sort of correct some of the mistakes that they've done. However, what I would say is that we all said this about Destiny 2, which at the time was a Activision Blizzard game, was that they said that Destiny 2 was going to fix all the problems of Destiny 1, and it came out with more problems than Destiny 1. So, do we trust
and also now I'm gonna say something you don't like. What about the loot box system? Like, now there are actually, I'm not 100% sure if I'm correct now, but I believe that in Norway we are actually getting up rules against gambling with loot boxes.
We are in
I think
England
that
as
goes.
well. It's
Then it's a
slowly going through
EU.
the system.
Yeah, and then how is it gonna be for Blizzard then if they can't earn money on loot boxes?
This is
Because
my
it's gambling for kids.
This is my theory. I think Blizzard can foresee that they're going to legally have to remove loot boxes in a lot of countries very soon. And so rather than completely overhaul the monetization of Overwatch 1, they're probably just going to abandon it. That's my guess. Who knows? I mean, they really should have taken warning when Belgium did it, but there we go. But I don't know. I've said this before. For anybody watching, if you've not heard my opinions of Overwatch before, I have no problem with Overwatch selling skins. I have a problem with how they sell the skins. If Overwatch go, here's the skin that our artists spent weeks or months, creating, and it looks really great. If you want to buy it, it's £10, $15. That's cool. I can get behind that because it's like I either have £10, $15, whatever. I can buy it or I can't. The problem is now is you end up spending $40 trying to get a skin and you don't get the skin that you want. Yeah, you might be able to get the bullshit currency and you can spend that to get stuff, but you're still having to go through a gambling route of doing it. And you have, as a consumer, these companies like to say player choice all the time, EA. You have no choice in Overwatch. There isn't a choice of, well, you could either do the loot boxes or you can buy the skin. You are physically forced into the loot box system to get any skins at all. And I've said this before, it might sound petty, but I currently have 100 loot boxes sat on my Overwatch account because I refuse to open them. Because
That's
I'm like,
40 more than last time.
I'm not gonna. Well, I've not played the game in a while, but I'm like, I just don't want to support that system, and I know that half of those loot boxes are going to contain crap, and if I'd have bought them, I'd have been very annoyed at myself. But yeah, Overwatch 2, potentially, Diablo 4, potentially. I'm just getting to the point with Blizzard now where I'm just like, so what? You know what I mean? Like, so what? Literally, there's games from last year that I haven't played. I'd rather go on and play God of War than any of the new Blizzard games. But
you haven't played God of War, have you?
No, I haven't. I've got God of War to play.
I am replaying it. Well, I'm not replaying it. I'm doing all the end game stuff. I was like, I'll go and plat it, and I went and did all the Valkyries. The Valkyrie Queen is a nightmare.
Yeah.
She's the last one I got to do for the achievement. But,
I haven't touched it yet.
Very quickly, back onto the Overwatch Rainbow Six thing. The thing that I find like most in like the themes of Overwatch. So where they're saying about like Overwatch 2, my real confusion with it is like if you have a functioning esports based like shooting game, you are way better off. Even if you're changing your meta and you're introducing characters stuff like that, you're way better off supporting it for a longer period of time. So like Overwatch came out in 2016, Rainbow Six Siege came out in 2015. Rainbow Six is a very well functioning, very well put together esports leagues. The game works brilliantly. The meta keeps changing. They've had a few maps they brought out that people don't like. They've had a few metas people don't like. There are some operators where in competitive matches they get banned every single time. So even the balance isn't perfect, but because they have a functioning game that works really well and no one has these huge problems with, they're just still supporting their game instead of going, though, next Rainbow Six.
With Rainbow Six, though, that's the opposite way around. Rainbow Six Siege came out and was universally panned. Everyone said it was garbage. It wasn't great. They basically overhauled the complete game, changed it in radical ways, fixed it, made it much, much better, and then we moved on, and it got better over time, right? Whereas Overwatch went the other way around. It came out really, really great. It was really well developed. It was a really fun game. Pretty well balanced. I mean, those games you're never going to get pure balance. We have a guest like every week. It's great. But yeah, but then over time it got worse. And, this is all just my own theory, but I feel like it got worse because of Blizzard's direction. At first, they were just trying to make a great game. Well, we know that Overwatch was originally going to be an MMO. It was going to be Project Titan. And then they changed it to be a shooter, which, let's be honest, it was clear they changed it to be a shooter because they were like, ooh, we haven't ticked the esport box really well yet. Well, they did with StarCraft, but we could do that again. We could replicate StarCraft and get more esports. Let's do it. Let's do a shooter. But as time went on and Overwatch League started to take off a little bit, it seemed like they cared more about that than actually making the game good. And again, this is no disrespect to any of the developers, because we know that if you have somebody at the top going, well, do this thing that I want you to do, and you're a developer trying to do your best, you know, it's not your fault. However, the actual direction of the game, in my opinion, wasn't really a good one. So you've got this kind of reversal of roles, whereas Siege was crap and became really good, Overwatch was really good and became crap. So it's kind of like, maybe it could be time for a reset. Because again, you can't really overhaul a game like Overwatch, because if you overhaul it, everybody's going to be pissed off. You know, everyone's going to be like, well, hang on a minute, this is my meta, this was my character, you've just ruined it, I'm used to this game and you've just changed it. Whereas with a brand new game, you can go, well, this is Overwatch 2, it's a different game now. And so people, I think, are more receptive to an overhaul. But we'll see, it's not even confirmed. Maybe they're not even working on Overwatch 2, maybe they are just continuing to develop Overwatch 1.
Maybe it's just hold on a second.
I mean, I'm interested.
Somebody's about to get told off.
Oh, just you wait. No, but he's sitting in the couch and being a total idiot just to get my attention, and he's doing it again.
Aww.
Oh my god!
Bless him.
Hold the chair. We'll have an extra guest on the podcast.
You want to join? Hey, won't you join? Because they have an extra plus.
We have a slot up there. We can like.
Yeah, they have a slot.
We can somehow like shoehorn it around.
Huh? A podcast. Yeah, then shut up.
Get told.
The sass on display. Yeah. So Blizzard. Yeah, BlizzCon's going on right now. Again, anyone who is BlizzCon, I hope you all stay safe, have a good time. There was talks about people protesting at BlizzCon. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not, but there was talks about it. And again, if anyone does protest, peaceful protests, please. Don't be that guy. Don't be that one person who has to take everything too far. Exactly. Remember that people going in there are fans, and most of the people protesting, if anyone protests, again, anybody who doesn't like Blizzard at the moment, most people started out as Blizzard fans, so people who are still current Blizzard fans, let them enjoy it. You know, don't try and ruin other people's enjoyment just because you're a grumpy old miserable git like I am. But it's true. I am one of those things. But yeah, it's Blizzard are dead for me. I think Bethesda are going that way as well. I'm like, these companies that keep doing the same thing over and over again. Like, you can fool me once, that's fine, but when you continue to do it and you expect me to be okay with it, it's not going to happen. So, moving on before this devolves into rant of the century. Some more positive news, I guess, although I'm probably going to put a grumpy spin on it. Steam has updated its platform. It has had I kind of want to call it a radical overhaul on the library side of things. So if you haven't logged into Steam yet, if you've updated it, you now have a completely new view. Everything will look different. Everything looks shiny and fancy and new. And you can
say everything. There's like one page of Steam is different.
Yeah.
All the community stuff's the same. The workshop's the same.
Yeah.
Your profile's the same. The store's exactly the same. But if you go in, if you literally just hover library, everything is very
let's
different.
Be fair. Like, I spend a lot of time in my Steam library. Like, who doesn't?
Yeah, I spend more time in my library than anything else.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why you're being so sassy to me, to be honest.
I'm just saying, you said everything's changed.
Well, no, I said on the library side, everything has changed. The library has had a complete overhaul. And we spoke about this a long time ago now. We spoke about Epic versus Steam, and how Steam was the market leader, and still is, let's be fair, the market leader for a long time, yet didn't seem to want to do anything with it. Just like Twitch, you might say. And then as soon as another competitor comes along, they suddenly spring into action. Just turns out that Twitch are a lot quicker into springing into action than Steam are. Steam take their time with things. But yeah, it's good to see. I really like that you can finally sort through your games via popular tags, because as somebody like myself who's a content creator, if I'm thinking to myself, oh, I fancy playing a horror game, let's see what horror games I have. I used to have to physically scroll through 400 games to find them, whereas now I can search for horror games or psychological horror or VR horror or whatever I want to search for. So that's fantastic, and actually being able to sort through a library of 400. And by the way, I'm not like a crazy buyer. A lot of my games came from Hundle Bundles and things. I know there are people out there that probably have way more games than I do. So being able to sift through those games and actually find the ones that I want is fantastic. I mean, the cynic in me probably says that they didn't want you to sift through your game library because they wanted you to buy new ones, but either way, I'm happy about the change. Have you guys checked out the changes yet? Do you like the new system? Because I know some people don't.
I just saw it, so I am going to explore it after this podcast. But yeah, so as far as I've seen and heard now from you, it seems great. I mean, like you said, when you have tons of games and you just like, I want to play dating sim.
Sure,
then
that's the one I usually go for on Friday.
Yeah, but like, then I only have to like search for dating sim, and then I can be like, okay, sure, I have those games. What I want to play of those? What sounds interesting for me tonight? And instead of like, yeah, okay, let's see, what do I want? What do I want? There's one. There's one. There's one. Usually, then you just go for the first one you find, even though you probably won't enjoy playing it.
You probably play the one that you've already played and completed rather than all the ones that you haven't. But it's nice. Again, just to put a grumpy view on it, it's interesting that they've had this feature in the store for goddamn ever, and they're only just now implementing it into your library. But I'm happy that they have. Thank you, Steam. Finally, better late than never. But Elliot, do you like the new system? Because again, a lot of people haven't, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
I am a big fan. Like, I really like. So it's not just the store tag. So you can do a store tag, which it also has like a drop down feature. So you can type. Like, I just did it with dating sim, which apparently Yakuza 0 is a dating sim, but whatever.
They're based on community tags though, which is why like you get like little children's games that have like psychological horror and stuff. So it's not a perfect system, but
I mean, they have like the genres. They have like, you can put, I only want games with controller support and trading cards, or only multiplayer. Like, my favorite one is you can see everything you've never played. So you can bring up a list of all the games you've never launched, which creases me up a little bit because my list of never launched games is almost as big as my list of launched games.
Yeah, mine's probably bigger.
But I really like it because also, so the way that I got around this before was I went through and custom tagged a load of stuff. So like all my Final Fantasy games are tagged Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So they had their own like little bit, so I could go and find them if I needed them. But they've left that in, which I quite like.
Yeah.
So I still have like a multiplayer. They call them collections now.
Yeah, I was going to say they sort. I like the way that they sorted them into sort of little collections, because you've got almost like you've got the two ways of doing it now. You've got the Steam way of doing it, and you've got your own way of doing it.
Yeah, which I really like because I was kind of worried when I saw that the update has changed the library. I was like, I have things in there that like isn't as easy as just like, here's a marketplace tag. Like, I have things that I want in places.
Yeah.
And they've left me with that. So I'm very happy with that. The filters work really well. I've tried it out with a couple things. Every time I've been like, oh, I'll just try and see what I get if I put in like indie. And like it all makes sense. I get the indie games that I was expecting to get in there.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with it. Like, admittedly,
sorry.
We had a bit of a tweet back and forth because I tweeted about it with a thing going like, it's here, we've got it. And your response to that was like, it should have been there a while back. And I was like, yeah, but it's here now. Which is, it's better than it being here tomorrow.
Yeah,
like,
but you know me, if I see an opportunity to be snarky, I can't not take it. Like, because I said this how many podcast episodes ago, I was like, Steam needs to work on their features, and they finally have, but they should have done it a long time ago. So yes, I'm really glad. And I'm one of the people that actually really likes the new change. Because one thing I was going to say was, there's quite a lot of people who don't like it. And I'll be honest, when I first saw it in my head, my brain, the primitive part of my brain was like, it's new, I don't like it, ban it, burn it, throw it in a ditch. And then after about 5 seconds, I was like, hang on a minute, actually, this is a way better system. I was like, yeah, no, it's cool, I like it, I'll get used to it. And I'm used to it now. Within like a day, I'm used to it. I don't even remember what it used to look like. So that's a lie, I definitely do. But you know, somebody who's been using Steam for over 10 years, and I saw that because I had an achievement yesterday on Steam. It's nice to see they are finally implementing some changes. But some people aren't happy with it. Some people are wanting to go back to the old system, and I don't know how because I didn't really fully read the article. But there is a way that you can reverse it. So if you're somebody that's looking at your Steam and is like, "Oh my god, why?" You can change it back to the old system if you want to. But I would highly recommend actually looking at the new system and giving it a go, because it is definitely a much improved system in my honest opinion. But talking of Steam, while we're on the topic of Steam, we got some more news about Steam. EA are taking their games back to Steam after a long time of not being on Steam, and I have opinions.
I'm happy.
Shocking.
I think probably everybody's going to be happy about this change. I mean, surely this is going to be good for everybody, right? It's more
Origin
games
is
on more platforms.
truly awful.
I haven't opened Origin in a long time. I think last time I opened it was for Sims.
I had Origin installed stuff because they used to do what they called on the house, which is every now and then you get free game.
Yeah.
And that was the only reason I had Origin installed, was every now and then I got free games.
Yeah.
I would avoid using it as much as possible. Then they took that feature away, and I was just like,
I think
okay.
a lot of people stopped using Origin when they took that feature away. I mean, we have a lot of discussion at the moment about how many platforms there are for PC, and people talk about exclusivity with Epic and so on and so forth, and having to have 7 different launchers on your desktop because, you know, who knows what launcher we're going to have to use today. But yeah. I'm happy that games are going back to Steam. I think it's starting with Star Wars and Apex Legends, I think.
At least Star Wars. I haven't seen Apex there yet. No, it's not there yet.
But I think it's going. Anyway, we're having some games.
The Star Wars Fallen Order is because of the pre-purchase. So the pre-purchase is available on Steam. When I saw that, I was so pleased because I really want to play Fallen Order, but I don't want to buy it on Origin because I don't like Origin, and I'll just forget it's there or something.
Yeah.
So it being on Steam is much better for me.
It's much better for everybody. Again, choices. And I genuinely have no problem with companies having their own launchers, but when you force us to go to your launcher to play your games, it's not really great.
No, thank you.
But I have a theory. I have a theory on why EA are sending their games back to Steam. And it's a grumpy theory, so buckle up, sit down, put your drinks down, whatever. Good job.
Oh, wait. Is
that what's happening now? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
then.
Great.
Tell me theory.
Okay, cool. So, I think a lot of these companies that created their own launchers a long time ago were like, hey, Steam take a big cut. They take a big cut of our games. We don't like that because we like profit margins. We know EA loves their profit margin. In fact, they don't really like anything else, do they? So we know these companies like their profit margins, and Steam was taking a cut out of that profit margin. And so they, in my opinion, this is just a theory, grumpy theory, that's copyrighted by Matt Pack, right? I think they saw an opportunity to make more money by making their own launcher. And when they did that, they thought that they were going to keep people on that platform and that they'd be able to do pretty much whatever they wanted. I feel like Blizzard is an example, right? Like, I don't think Blizzard would have got away with half of the crap they did with their games if their games were launching on Steam. Because we know Steam is a much more competitive place. So when you're competing your game with another game on the same platform and people go, hey, this one has loot boxes, this one doesn't, boom, I'll go for that one. Whereas if you're on your own platform, there's a lot less competition, if you will. And I think as times are getting harder for these companies, and they are getting harder for these companies, we know loot box pressure is there, we know that loot boxes are going to get phased out, we know that microtransactions are under heavy scrutiny at the moment, rightly so. I think these companies were like, shit, we could probably actually make a lot more money on the sales of games if we actually sell on Steam, because Steam is the biggest marketplace. So I genuinely think this is the shift. I think we are currently experiencing the shift of the gaming industry. Whereas the gaming industry for the last couple of years has been absolutely goddamn awful when it comes to monetization, microtransactions, and all of this bullshit, I think we're seeing the shift go back to we actually need to sell copies to make money, and I can't wait. Because that is the only thing that's going to stop all of this crap we're having. That's the only thing that's going to stop Fallout 76 and Anthem and so on. And so it's very interesting now that these companies seem to be running back to Steam, because for the longest time it seemed like EA wasn't, like they didn't need Steam. And it now sounds like they do need the sales. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a positive for the gaming industry. I mean, I can't see how it would be anyway a negative, but I'm still probably not going to buy the EA games because fuck EA, but there we go. I mean, Star Wars, maybe. I've looked at Star Wars. It looks interesting. I kind of want to see some proper gameplay before I play it because, again, I do not trust EA, but there we go. But, yeah, we'll...
I mean, I know a fantastic streamer. He's a British guy. He's going to be playing it. He's beaten Sekiro, so...
Yeah.
like he'll be good at it. So you should definitely watch him play Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a good run through.
Oh, is it Twisty? Is it Twisty Shape?
Has Twisty beaten Sekiro?
I don't know. I just know he's going to be on the podcast next week. So plugs. We'll plug in.
But yeah, no, it's me. I'm definitely going to stream it.
Oh wait, you stream?
I dabble in streaming. It's only like 5 days a week.
Did you beat Sekiro?
And I beat Sekiro. Yeah.
We had this running joke at EGX that, like, in every single video, we had to mention it at least once, where we were like, wait, you beat Sekiro? You're like, yeah, I beat Sekiro. I don't think it actually made it into every video, I'm not sure, but it happened every day, every single video. It
happens in almost every stream, so...
Yeah.
Because Sammy brought it into stream chat, and now it's just a thing.
It's just a thing.
Sammy sets trends in my chat, because we have Thank as well, which was from a Twitch clip, and just like, yeah, great, whatever.
So basically Sammy's the trendsetter is what you're saying. Definitely
in my chat she's a trendsetter. She's my favorite mod. She's the best.
Sucks to be all your other mods.
I have like 3 mods I think in all. My brother was a mod, and he
didn't he unmod himself?
He unmodded himself because when we play Stardew, if I buy a new animal, I do a giveaway in chat. That's like everyone could just enter a raffle. It pulls the name out the hat. It's a built-in slobs thing, and then you get to name the animal. And Sammy just kept winning all of them. So Callum like had a hissy fit and unmodded himself, and then I made him a VIP so he'd still have a badge, and he un-VIP'd himself, which is a thing I didn't know you could do.
You can un-VIP yourself.
Apparently, you can un-VIP yourself. So yeah,
I mean, it makes sense if you don't want the attention, I guess.
So yeah, he un-VIP'd himself, and I was just like, fine, whatever. And then, but he's coming to Twitch London, and because you sign up and you say like, I'm a partner, an affiliate, a streamer, a mod, or a viewer, and he was like, I'm a mod in Blindside UK's chat, and I was just like, no, you're not. Get away.
That's funny.
So he's lied. If Remily watched this, he lied. Don't let him in.
Yeah, don't let him in. I'm going. I can't go to Twitch London. It's too close to Christmas. Hours are crazy at work, which is kind of why I've not been streaming. For anybody who watches my Twitch channel, I used to stream a lot. I used to stream 5 days a week, and then that went down to 3. And since I got my job, it's been like 1. Purely just because I'm doing like 45-hour weeks at work, and it's busy. It's a busy time at work. It's coming up to Christmas. I work in retail, for those of you who don't know. So I just don't have the time, and I think spoilers, I think I may actually be just shortening my schedule down to 1 day a week. I think I'm going to do Sundays only for a little while, just until Christmas is out of the way. I'm probably going to make a video, a separate YouTube, like a vlog on it, because I kind of want to let people know that why I'm not streaming, and that I plan to come back eventually, but just can't really manage it at the moment. I don't have the time, nor the energy, nor the time, nor energy, really.
Just play Colouring Pixels all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it was Halloween yesterday, and honestly, one of my favourite streams of last year was my Halloween stream. Last year I played Layers of Fear 1 and dressed up and did effects and everything. It was great. And I got home from work last night and was just like, I just don't have the energy, man. I don't have the energy. So what I did do instead was I went and played Dead by Daylight, because I forgot to talk about what games I've been playing this week, which is literally just Dead by Daylight. That's all I've been playing. So the events are all on. There's like 10 of them. There's like 10 events on at the moment. I might be slightly exaggerating. It's 2. But yeah, there is a double blood point event, which is great because the way that works, in case you didn't know, is you get double the blood points. And then there is also a Withering Blight event on, which is the Halloween event, which I didn't play last year because I started Dead by Daylight right at the end of the year. So the Withering Blight this year, I don't know if this is the same as it was last year, but you basically get special hooks and special generators. If you complete special generators, all the survivors get extra blood points, and if you get hooked on a special hook, the killer gets more blood points. But it's also coinciding with the Rift, which is the new battle pass. Let's be fair, that's what it is. It's a battle pass. It looks exactly like Fortnite battle pass. It's a battle pass. But the battle pass is now live. You can go and use that if you want. You can buy it if you really want. You get some special cosmetics. It's exactly how every other battle pass works. But they finally added challenges into the game as part of the battle pass. So there's going to be challenges like, for example, I had a challenge where I had to cleanse 8 totems as a survivor. There's certain challenges that are like damage the same generator twice in a match. There's all sorts of different challenges, and they're going to unlock it as phases. I actually kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. I like the challenges and the rift system. It's not bad. I still don't like battle passes though, and I'm going to say it again for those in the back. I don't like battle passes because I pay money, and if I get too busy to play the game, then you time gate me out of the cosmetics and I can't get them even though I paid for them. Fuck you, Fortnite. This is why I don't play you no more. But yeah, I'm sick of it. Every single game now has a battle pass, and I don't like that system. I like the unlock system of battle passes, but I don't like the whole time gated, well, sucks to be you if you didn't play then, because now you can't get this skin. I hate that. As somebody who really does enjoy skins in games, I hate the fact that I get locked out of them because I'm too goddamn busy. But there we go. That's Dead by Daylight. Go play it. I've been playing it a lot. I'm still in two minds of whether I should make more Dead by Daylight YouTube content because it seems to always do really well, and I really enjoy playing the game. But then every time I ask people, I'm like, hey, do you enjoy my Dead by Daylight content? They're like...
I saw you put in the Discord, like, what kind of content do you want to see? And like,
yeah,
it's just like, yeah.
I did a little
Damascus was like, just do videos about me.
Yeah, well, it sounds like Damascus. I did a lot of vote in my Discord, so I wanted a little bit of feedback on my YouTube channel. I was like, what kind of content do you want? Do you want vlogs? Do you want gameplay? Do you want Dead by Daylight or other? And it seems to be split across vlogs and gameplay, but then every time I do Let's Plays, nobody watches. So I'm like, so what kind of gameplay do you want? I don't know. I don't understand what gameplay you want me to do, and then you don't watch it. So I'm just like, I don't know.
Everyone was just like, more Elliott.
I know. I started a Plague Tale. Why is that the soundtrack?
Is that vinyl?
It's a vinyl. It's the soundtrack. I got it from the guy at my local GameStop.
This is the thing. I started Plague Tale on YouTube and nobody tuned in.
I watched it. I watched it over and over.
There's you, all the views, you. I actually planned on streaming a Plague Tale because it was a really fun game, but again, stream time. I haven't had a lot of time to stream. But yeah,
try it this Sunday.
I could possibly. I owe people a scary game though because I haven't done it for Halloween yet. I've played like one scary game this month. Yeah. So anyway, Death Stranding is coming out in like a week. I don't know where the hell that time went, but it's coming out.
It's here.
I'm probably not going to play it. I'm like, it looks really interesting, but I'm probably not going to play it. I just don't think it's my kind of game.
I think it really is going to be my kind of game. I'm going to be honest, I like crazy, wacky Japanese stories. And
yeah,
that's what this game is. It's a crazy, wacky Japanese story. It's by Hideo Kojima. I couldn't not play it. Like, I'm more curious than anything, and I really want to support Hideo Kojima as a producer. Now, knowing that he was shackled by the large corporation and he left to go out on his own way, and this is his first project, I really hope it succeeds. And obviously I want the game to be good as well. Like, I really hope the game is fantastic because it's had a lot of hype going around it. You know, we've got Norman Reedus, Matt Mickelson, and other people. I think Guillermo del Toro worked on it as well. We have a lot of people working on this game, so I'm hoping it's going to be fantastic. But it's out in a week. It's going to be a timed exclusive, I believe. It's going to be on PlayStation first, and then it's going to be releasing on...
It comes on PC in February, if I read correctly.
Yeah, so I'll probably play it on PlayStation just purely for the fact of by then everything will be spoiled. So, especially as we work in the video game industry, it's kind of hard to avoid spoilers, let's be fair.
It is hard. But if you actually, like, for example, I want to play it. I want to support Hideo Kojima and get the game for myself. But I don't know if I'm going to get it on PS4 or on my computer. Because my computer is running everything so smoothly now. I'm like, but it's part of a shooter game as well. Will it...
Loosely... It's got some action parts to it, but it doesn't really look like a shooter.
Batman Arkham. It's like Batman Arkham series. It's story, it's a bit shooter, it's a bit fighting.
Yeah.
It's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know. I'm like, I want to see it. Like, for example, I wasn't sure about Plague Tale. I heard about it, I read a bit about it, and it looked cool. It looked creepy and my kind of game. But then I was like, well, I'll wait. I'll wait and see one stream or two streams of it and see how other people like it, and then maybe I'll get the game. And then I saw it. I saw how people. I saw how they enjoyed it. I saw how they didn't enjoy it. I saw like I got everyone's opinion on it.
Yeah.
Or as many as I could. And then I was like, fine, I'll get the game. Because this is the story I want to see. This is the story I want to experience for myself. So I haven't seen anything else of Plague Tale. I haven't played it myself yet, but I'm going to after Ni no Kuni.
Yeah.
Ni no Kuni comes first. So yeah. Like
it's interesting with a Plague Tale. I haven't finished it yet. I do need to stream it, but I haven't finished it. It was a really enjoyable experience, but the stealth segments were boring. I found the stealth segments were so mindless. There was literally parts where there would be a guard here and a bucket here, and the only solution was throw a rock at bucket, wait for guard to walk over to bucket, and then sneak past. And there was a lot of that where it was just like, great, I guess. Like I said it needed more meat to the gameplay, but the actual story was fantastic. It looked great, and from what I played of it, I did enjoy it. But it's one of those games where I really do feel like the gameplay needed to be beefed up a little bit. Speaking of, this is a game I played that I completely didn't talk about in the intro because I completely forgot that I played it so recently. Little Misfortune. I played that last week, I think. Little Misfortune. I haven't been on a podcast since I played it. Let's talk about that one. Were either of you there for that stream? I think Elliott was there. Were you there for a little bit?
No.
I think I was there for the start. I had work. I think it was a Thursday.
So, Little Misfortune was another game where it was very story-driven. It was... I don't even want to call it a point-and-click, because there really wasn't that much to do in it. It was a very narrative, almost visual novel, but you had very limited gameplay. You could walk around and explore, but there wasn't really that many different options to do. But it did have some choices in it. And you play as a little girl. You play as Little Misfortune, obviously. And without any spoilers, there's some weird stuff going on. And I think she's like 8. She's an 8-year-old. She's very, very young. And you go off on a grand little adventure with a narrator. The narrator can speak to you and the player. And the narrator is aware of the player. And the little girl is aware of the narrator. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking in that game.
Yeah, I saw the start. You were like in a bedroom, and there was just like you were surrounded by toys or something, and then I had to go out. So,
yeah. So the game was weird. It was a horror game. It had very light horror elements to it. It was very weird. A lot of things happened to an 8-year-old girl that probably shouldn't happen to an 8-year-old girl. That makes it sound worse than it was. It was an adventure. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, it was interesting, and there was a big plot twist, and a lot of stuff happened, and I really enjoyed it. But
there it came.
Well, this is the thing. It took me, I think, about 3 or 4 hours, maybe less, to complete the game. And the game, in my opinion, was one of those games where it's begging for you to replay it. It was like, yeah, replay it. Now you know the twist. Now you know what's going on. Replay it. And I did miss one of the collectibles, which is why I think I couldn't get the true ending. But in my head, I was like, that was a lot of story with not a lot of gameplay. I'm gonna struggle to replay it. I'm gonna struggle to play through it again, because I know the story now. Like, I don't want to have to sit through. It's like sitting through a movie twice in a row, you know. Like, I don't want to have to do that again. But I really want to like know the true ending, and I really want to see if my choices differ, like makes that much of a difference. So I think I will go back to it. But one thing that I will say is that the character development, in my opinion, was very good. The protagonist, Little Misfortune, I don't know who her voice actress was, but she was adorable. Like, she was such a memorable character as an 8-year-old girl. I don't think I've played a game with such memorable characters this year. I think she's probably my standout character. She's a cool little badass girl who takes no shit, and she's 8. It's great. But yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed the experience, but I don't think I have it in me just yet to play it again. So maybe in a little while when I've got bored of it. It was very similar to Doki Doki in that aspect, where Doki Doki took so long to get going that playing through it again was a chore up until the fun part. So we'll see. But it was by the people who made Fran Bao, which is on my radar because I haven't finished it yet, but I saw Bammy Leaf streaming it not long ago.
I watched Bammy play it and it looked hilarious.
Yeah, so this was probably just as funny, but it didn't have as much gameplay, which is a real shame for me because I need gameplay. People levied this criticism at The Last of Us, saying that The Last of Us was too narrative. This was worse. This was way more narrative than The Last of Us. I really enjoyed the gameplay in The Last of Us. You completed The Last of Us not that long ago, Elliot. What did you think about the gameplay of The Last of Us? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was good enough?
I mean, the game, like, it was good, but like the story, the character arcs, stuff like that, like, definitely carried the experience because it is an old game.
Yeah.
I found like I struggled with some of the stealth bits. The AI was obviously like quite primitive AI wise. Like it seemed to me wherever you were, even if none of the enemies had seen you, they would always gravitate to that spot.
No, they absolutely did. I checked this on my like 5th playthrough or whatever. If you go left, all the enemies go left, and if you go right, they all go right. Like they gravitate towards you.
To do a stealth section, almost every time in the stealth sections, I ended up just like popping someone in the head and then sprinting the rest of it.
Yeah.
I like stealth games like Dishonored and things like that where enemies have a patrol or they act like people and you can kind of work around that.
Yeah.
Rather than like if you stay still too long, you almost always end up with, say you're in like a square cover, you will end up with 2 enemies going either way around it. Like almost every time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, so that's my original point. It's one of those games where if you're okay with a very narrative experience like The Last of Us or Plague Tale or anything like that, you'll probably be okay with this one, but also it is a very passive experience. There wasn't a lot to do. So that was a real shame, but I would love to see a sequel or something. Again, I haven't played the true ending yet, so I don't know if that's possible, but I would like to see a sequel or something.
I haven't played it. I googled. There are multiple endings to that to that story.
Yeah, but there is something that is considered the true ending, and I don't think I got that. I got almost there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was good. I think you'd probably enjoy it, Snoopy, because she is honestly a very adorable protagonist.
I looked at it. I peeked into your stream when you were playing it, but then I had to make dinner and walk the dog, so
standard.
I kind of had to do other things. I had to live life.
Yeah.
Truly unacceptable.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
yeah, Twitch viewers should have to just sit in your channel 24 hours a day and wait for you to go live.
They should. I mean, you know, everybody should be forced to click on this video and click like and then subscribe if they haven't already and comment in the comments below on how much they adore my content. But they don't. They don't. God damn them.
Some of them do. Nutchy will. Nutchy will comment.
Oh, Nutchy always does. Nutchy's the best.
Ain't she cute?
She da best. But guys, this is like going to be a short episode today, I think, because we are coming up to the end of our topics.
But I have a quick one.
Oh.
This on the 8th, I believe, Sonic and Mario 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games comes out. Is that something you guys are going to play?
I played it at Insomnia.
You did?
Yeah. The Switch motion controls need some work. There's things like, so one of the events in it is archery, and like the aiming is a bit. So basically, you do the classic, like you get one of them in front of you and you pull, but like the aiming, I was doing things like it would like drift down a bit. So by the time I was taking a shot, I was aiming like up here somewhere, and it was like it wasn't. Like the running and the hurdles and a lot of that stuff works really, really well. And I don't know if either of you have played the old Mario Sonic Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh, 2012.
It's like a fun party game to have a few people over, like play some like events, race each other, things like that. But yeah, at Insomnia, me and me and Bread King, who is one of my regulars, were there, and we played through like a couple of events. Like we did surfing, running, kickboxing, and archery. And it was really fun. It's a fun, obviously it's a Nintendo game. The art style was fantastic. The characters are characters that we know and love. But like, yeah, some of the like Switch controls do need a bit of and I don't know if it's from the Joy-Con end or if it's from the game end, but they were a bit
Yeah, well, I mean, the Joy-Cons seem to work really well on everything else, so
I mean, if you play Breath of the Wild,
yeah.
like some of the puzzles where you have to turn them and stuff, like
Oh,
it's not perfect. It's
I
good,
never,
but it's
I
not
never
perfect.
struggled with them. I never thought it was. I mean, motion controls are never going to be perfect, especially
Yeah.
when they're like, you know what I mean? Like it's the Joy-Con. But
Some of those
never
puzzles
struggled.
you can cheese so well.
Yeah.
Like with the ball ones where it's like in the maze, you can literally flick the ball up and catch it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like that.
They're
I
a
like,
lot of fun.
it rewards creativity. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of rewarding creativity. Speaking of Breath of the Wild, that's another game that I started and never finished. Are you guys seeing a pattern here with me and games? I mean, it's mainly time. Like
Streaming games is the only reason I finish games.
same, but I don't stream no more. What's life? I say that I really want to play all the games I've already played. I am the worst. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I've not played Final Fantasy for a while. I could play 7, 8, or 9, or 10, and I've finished all of them. Well, I've not finished 9, to be fair.
Get them on the Switch. Like
Yeah.
I've played like Final Fantasy on my Switch so much.
I just don't have time, honestly. Like I say, it's killing me, man. But full-time job and trying to run a YouTube and Twitch channel at the same time is just doesn't leave time for gaming, which is kind of shitty because I'm a video game critic, I'm a video game streamer, and I'm a video game YouTuber, and I don't seem to be playing many video games, but that is life. Also, I was going to talk about this in the intro, but I didn't. Is it a little bit pretentious to be wearing a GDWP t-shirt on the podcast? Is that like...
I mean,
is
you
that
do
like
you.
pretentious? I mean,
I nearly went and grabbed mine, but I think it's dirty.
yeah. Well, that would be so bad for Snoopy. Just there, the only person without a yellow t-shirt.
I
I
think like it's poking out of the washing bin.
Phone as well, purely just because I was like, oh, my branding is yellow, and now the phone matches, but it doesn't match because this is a horrible custard color, and all of my branding isn't. But yeah, guys, we are coming up to the end of the show. It is a super short episode this week. It's good to be back. I'm hoping we're going to get back to weekly podcast episodes because next week we're going to have Twisty Shape. So hopefully back to weekly. Although there may be a couple of missing episodes because I know there's going to be a few Fridays coming up to Christmas that I have to work. For example, Black Friday. Do you guys want to know what my shift is on Black Friday? I have to work
10 till 10.
I have to work from 7:30 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night because that is retail for you.
That's ridiculous.
So I don't think there's going to be a podcast episode that week unless we can record it an earlier day and upload it on the weekend. So we'll have to see.
I was about to say I can work around you, but literally at the moment I've been applying for Christmas temp jobs in retail.
Ugh, don't do it. Save yourself. Stay away.
I need some money to buy video games.
That was my problem. I needed the money. So then I started working in the retail, and now I'm working in the retail, and wow, Discord is having a fit.
Yeah, I'm just watching that they're like flickering in order as well.
Every episode. I'm like, why? Like, just for one episode, can we have... I'm having frame drops in my camera now. For one episode, can we just have Discord not break? But yeah, guys.
Wait, I have a very quick mini subject I want to do.
Oh, mini subject.
This is unacceptable. Why is there Christmas cups already?
Yeah, that's like okay. So we're recording on the day after Halloween, but until Halloween has finished, no Christmas stuff can happen. That is my rule.
No. Christmas is in December.
Yeah.
Get away from me. Admittedly, though, I tweeted at someone earlier because they tweeted a gift from the movie Elf, and I was like, no, it's still November. It's literally November 1st. Stop. And then I was on my way back from Tesco's, realized I'd bought a coffee, which is in a Christmas cup, and I bought mince pies. So
you're part of the problem. No. So
I just like mince pies.
No, but like here in Norway, we have like this Christmas soda that's only produced for Christmas. It came out October 5th.
That's
unacceptable.
What flavor is it?
Christmas.
It's Christmas flavor.
It's a special flavor. I can't.
Is it like spicy?
Cinnamon.
It's a bit spicy, but it's not too spicy. It's sweet, and it honestly just reminds me of Christmas. Every Christmas we have a glass bottle of it while we're decorating gingerbread houses and singing Christmas carols and decorating the tree. Like, that's Christmas for me. It's Christmas in a bottle.
Snoopy, can you please come back on the podcast in December and talk about this topic then?
Yeah, I will.
No, I
what it
love
was.
Christmas, but I can't get excited.
I love Christmas too, but like, it's too early for it to come out.
It's November 1st. Come on.
Yeah,
so
and then there
rule
was
is I can't get
Facebook
excited till
post
December.
where I commented that it's too early. I think it's too early. Then there was this I will say privileged white girl. She commented, "No one's making you buy it, so shut the hell up." And I was like, "Geez, they
If any
literally
privileged white
asked."
girls are watching, we apologize on behalf of Snoopy.
I'm gonna translate to
You would
English.
like-
Hashtag
and we
not all
mean
privileged
basic
white girls.
bitches.
Yeah, thank you. Basic bitches.
Basic
There
bitches.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she was like all up in my face on Facebook and being like, "No one's making you buy it. Shut the hell up. You should just delete your like troll." And I was
All
just
over
like,
Christmas.
"Yeah."
People need to chill.
I was like,
She's
but-
clearly not had any of that soda because she has no Christmas spirit.
Mm-hmm. But it's like too early for it to come out in October. Come back
Yeah.
to me in the middle of November to end of November. Then I will say it's okay to start. And at the end, you're like, boom, Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you get too excited too early, you peak, and then by like midway through December, you're like, I'm bored of Christmas now. I want it to be
Yeah.
over. Does anyone else think Halloween has been a real bust this year? Like, I swear to God, like it just came and went. Like I did nothing for Halloween this year, nothing at all.
I mean, I did birthday. I didn't do Halloween. So
Yeah, but it's not your fault. You
we
were
we
born,
got
though.
one set of trick or treaters, and I threw a pack of Haribo at them.
Did you physically threw it at them?
I no, because we didn't plan for trick or treaters. Trick or treating is supposed to go if there is a pumpkin outside, you can trick or treat there. But
That's
they
never happened in my town. So if your lights are on,
no,
Yeah,
literally, it's
same.
supposed to be pumpkins. Pumpkins are supposed to be you could trick or treat here, and they
Pumpkins
like
are
knocked, and
expensive.
we'd just come back from Asda with a load of stream snacks, and we had Haribo. So we were unpacking like the shopping, and that door goes. We thought it was a friend who was coming around for the stream, and we were just like, "Wait, do we have anything?" Like, because basically my housemate had already been like, "Oh, like we don't have anything for trick or treaters," and I was just like, "Just give them these," and I just like, yeah, and just ninja starred the Haribo up
You're
the house.
students. I mean, what else are you going to give them? Like rich tea
Beer,
biscuits?
well, we had loads of
Like,
beer. Like we could have given them a
I
couple
don't
beers.
think you're allowed to give beers to trick or treating kids. if
We
I'm being
were making
honest.
turbo shandies. So we were like,
What's a turbo shandy?
So a turbo shandy is a shandy, but instead of lemonade, you use like Smirnoff Ice.
Ugh.
Mate, they're really good. That just you have to trust me.
All
Next
right,
time
we meet
together,
up. Yeah. I'll try. one.
I'm making you a turbo shandy.
Next time we meet up, can we actually do a podcast episode in person? Because we never did that last time. Although
we
didn't
put
have
out so
time.
much video content.
I know we didn't have time. We planned on doing a live podcast episode while we're at EGX, and that just did not happen. Like I did not anticipate how long everything was going to take. Like I was literally editing till I went to bed every night, and then uploading overnight, and then like rendering overnight, and then uploading in the morning. So yeah.
We need 2 PCs so we can both edit.
Well, I was going to say, next time, hopefully, we can both do a bit of recording, but editing. Because one thing I did notice is you were on camera way more than I was, just purely because I was filming a lot. So I plan to have a second camera for next year.
I'm also like the looks, so
Sure. Yeah.
I've got to be on camera more.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're the attention-seeking one. That's.
I'm the loud one, definitely.
Yeah, you are the loud one. I thought I was an attention seeker, and then I met you, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
I'm flat out. I am a diva, and I'm fully aware of this
Yeah,
fact,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't care.
100%.
I'm fine with it.
100%. I'm
Yeah.
almost like what this is one of the thing, and this is something that I'm probably going to talk about on a separate YouTube video on my channel soon because I really want to talk about it with my community. Is I'm still having issues with the whole grumpy brand because you guys know me, right? Like this episode, for example, I've been incredibly grumpy about EA, been very grumpy about Blizzard, all of that kind of crap. However, when we were at EGX, I just didn't feel grumpy in the slightest, and I almost felt like, should I pretend to be grumpy because it's my brand? And I was like, no, I'm having a great time. Why would I pretend to be grumpy?
No,
You've been talking about rebranding for so long, and the
I
longer
know,
you
man.
pretend,
Yeah.
the worse it's gonna be.
but I don't feel like you should because you are the grumpy Brit. Like,
Yeah, but I can also be happy though, you know. Like,
Yeah, but,
I have
like,
a
your
full
last
range of
rebrand-
emotions.
when
Your
you
last
are...
rebrand, the only reason you bottled it was because you're like, everyone calls me Grumps. So you were like, I can't get rid of the grumpy.
I definitely
No.
could though. I definitely could
Mr.
get rid of
Grumpy Face Ook.
it. Yeah, shut up, blindside Uck. You can't say nothing. You can't say anything.
I wish I could be blindsided. We've had this conversation 100 times. I want it, but I can't have it.
Unlucky. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I have a new mic. It's not really news, but I'm hoping you are enjoying the extra delicious sound quality from my new Shure SM7B, and this is the reason why I can't do streams anymore, because I'm too busy working to get money for stuff like this. Although if
I
I'm being
legitimately
honest,
can't tell the difference.
So okay. With the last mic was a Rode NT USB, which was a USB mic. So with that one, I couldn't do any sort of pre-processing. I had to do everything with like OBS filters. Now I have all the processing happening. So if I was to like turn the compression up super high and turn up the low tones, you would be able to tell the difference. But I'm trying to get it to sound as podcasty
Neutral.
as possible. Well, no, I want it to be podcasty. It's a darker mic. It's definitely darker, so it's not quite as clear sounding as the Rode, but
Oh.
it sounds a bit crisper for me. It's the podcast mic. That's what it is. So that's why I bought it. And the only reason I bought it was because I had money left over from EGX because I didn't spend as much as I thought I was going to spend. So I was like,
Just get
microphone.
a super cheap USB mic from Amazon.
Yeah. I actually like microphones and stuff. So
I'm just poor.
Yeah, no, I'm also poor. I really shouldn't have bought this one, but I did. So again, please enjoy it. I do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up the podcast because I've got nothing else to talk about. And when we have nothing to talk about, we devolve into talking crap. Sorry, more crap than usual. So I'm going to wrap up, tell people where you can be found. Then I'm going to go and edit this video and upload it. So be ready for people on Saturday or Sunday or a day. But Snoopy, thank you so much for being a recurring guest. Where can people find you? I know you're not streaming right now, but where can people find you if they want to catch up with you more?
At the moment, like you said, I'm not streaming at the moment. I'm currently working on it, setting my setup back up, getting everything up and running. So you can find me at Twitch/Snuppy246. There you can find me. And on Instagram, you can add Marie's Needle. Marie.needle.
I don't think I have you on Instagram.
Yeah,
No, that is a public Instagram I'm working on where I post most of some shit that I'm working on.
What is it? Marie's Needle?
Yeah, Marie's Needle.
Wait.
I think everything's one word.
I can't log onto my Instagram on Chrome, so I'll do it on my phone later.
Medieval Viking Girl, is this you?
Yeah, that's me.
Boom.
Strunk.
There you go. You have my follow. Oh, you got some pretty cool stuff on there.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, now I feel left out.
The dress
right,
that you made.
the phone now.
Yeah, that's the dress I made.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just
planning...
following people on Instagram on the podcast.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But
I'm doing it too.
I'm posting things there, not every day, but every time I'm done with the letters or embroidering stuff and doing life. So yeah, you can follow me there. Oh my god, the English.
Again, it's a hard
English
language.
is hard.
Yeah, it's difficult. Blindside Uck, where can people find you and what have you got coming up on your channel next week?
You can find me on twitch.tv/BlindsideUK. And if you also want to follow me on Twitter, I'm on Twitter at blindside_UK. We're currently doing a playthrough of Code Vein, which is just Weeb Dark Souls.
With lots of naked ladies.
They're not naked.
Semi-naked. There's lots of cleavage, let's be fair. There's
a lot of them have giant personalities. It's very interesting.
Yeah, personalities.
I want to do Outer Worlds. I kind of want to rush through Code Vein.
I really want to play Outer Worlds. Like, I if I had time, I would buy it right now and play it. I'm just like, when am I going to get time to play it?
I'm going to do it on Game Pass because I'm cheap. I think I might grab Game Pass anyway because it's got Devil May Cry 5 on it. It's got Sea of Thieves on it. It's got all sorts. So I might just grab a subscription anyway. But
now I know what I'm going to download because I already have Game Pass.
I'm over there on Twitch. It was demanded today that I start an ASMR channel on YouTube, so that might be coming out soon.
Amazing.
My community keep complaining, and they're like, "We want you just to read stuff." People find my voice soothing. I think it's just like the low voice, and I was like, fine, you know what? I went to Wikipedia, hit random article, and I just read it real close to the microphone in an ASMR voice. And everyone was just like, yay, more. And I was like,
when you say the low voice, what you really mean is the compression and the low end equalization that you put on. Let's be honest.
There is no equalizer on this microphone.
There's definitely some compression on that microphone.
There's compression,
which compression raises the low end, so...
Well, whatever. But no, there's no equalization because my Reaper plugins reset every time I close slobs, so...
Amazing.
But yeah, so that's where you can find me, just on Twitch 5 days a week at the moment, Monday through Friday.
You're trying to be a full-time streamer.
I'm not really. I just have lots of time on my hands at the moment. Like, I'm job hunting, so I do job hunting around the streaming because why not? Yeah. Why not just stream in the middle of it? But yes, that's what we're doing. Tuesdays and Thursdays is kind of sometimes Stardew, sometimes other things. I've got a game that I need to play. I got a free key for it, and I was like, we'll try it out. It's
what game is that?
It's called Gold Express. It's basically Dead by Daylight, but it's not.
Wait, what?
But it's very similar to Dead by Daylight. It's an asymmetric multiplayer game where the bad guy basically plays robots and the good guys have to grab data chips and then deliver them places.
Oh, I'd rather play Dead by Daylight.
I mean, I'm going to give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Freaky. Screw it.
Freaky, screw it. That is a endorsement by Blindside UK. If you would like your game endorsed by this man, send him a free key and he will screw it. My name is TheGrumpyBrit and I am grumpy about video games. And if you want to find more content from me, probably just stick on this channel because let's be fair, my Twitch channel is dying of a slow death because I don't stream on there no more. But I occasionally stream. I think I'm going to be doing Sunday streams and when I can from the foreseeable future. That is at twitch.tv/TheGrumpyBrit. So probably Sunday streams plus if I can do any more, and also check out this channel because I'll have more video uploads coming. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. Do I want to do Let's Plays? Do I want to do vlogs? Do I want to do gaming news? I don't know, right? I'm trying to figure it out. Let me know in the comments. Be like, yo, oi, you bearded git. This is what video I want to see. And I'll read that comment and probably just disagree and not do what you say. But
and
anyway,
then we'll do a video of roasting you.
Yeah, we'll put you in a video. We'll mash it up. If you have enjoyed the podcast, as always, this is a weekly show. So please like the video, comment, sacrifice your firstborn to the algorithm. Let YouTube know that this video is a good one. I need to think of a new joke.
Send YouTube an email.
Yes.
Send YouTube an email being like, I really like the GWB podcast and you should push it to more people so that they get rich and they can just make one every day.
Yeah. Tweet at Dwayne The Rock Johnson and be like, yo, you've got a big platform. I know this podcast. You'd probably like it. Here it is. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
Imagine if just we get a comment from The Rock and he's just like, someone
stop.
said I'd like this and I have no idea why.
No, he gets a comment like, please stop, otherwise I'm going to get the police involved. This is a cease and desist. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will be back next week with Twisty Shape, so check out the episode. Thank you again, Snoopy, for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. And guys, I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.